Lavanya Balal, maybe not a day to take credit, maybe the day also to celebrate.
Good evening, Preeti. Actually, it started off with quite a bit of excitement yesterday. All of us were excited. I mean, it was quite exciting for women from across the board. It would have been a great day. And, it is a little disappointing because this is a government which has come with a brute majority. And passing a bill like this would have been a cakewalk. I mean, we have seen that they have bulldozed even problematic legislations in the parliament. So it wouldn't have been difficult for the central government to pass this particular bill, but to put, caveats and to say, we will be bringing this up only after the census, decadal census, which, of course, if you look at the G20 countries, we were the only country which hasn't done the census. It's a little disappointing. I wish, all our seniors have worked tirelessly for decades to make this come true. I wish this was passed without any caveats today.
Well, I understand it hasn't been passed yet. It's been tabled. Tomorrow's the discussion, and then we're going to see whether it does pass. But somewhere down the line, as I hate really ever pulling the woman card, but as women, we must look back and look at all of them who fought the good fight, and that cuts across party lines. Yes. Be it the likes of your very own Lavanya Balal, Margaret Alva, 1987, yes. Or the Renuka Chowdhury, or on the other side, Sushma Swaraj. You have Brinda Karat, you have a Geeta Mukherjee. Yes. They've all stood shoulder to shoulder to bring together yes. what it is. Charu Pragya, yes. It's a moment in time which will be recorded in history that it was under the governance of Prime Minister Modi. But do we fall short if we don't give credit to those who started it earlier?
Preeti, I'm glad you said that, we should give credit to all the good women who fought this fight. And I think there are some causes which can unite people across party lines when it comes to empowering women and making sure that they have a place at the decision-making table. I think that's one cause which is worthy of uniting women across party lines. And not being political here, I do want to mention that there are so many colleagues of mine in other political parties, and we'll have a lot of differences of opinions about everything. We'll debate ferociously. But when it comes to this one agenda, that women need a place at this table, women should have representation at the parliament, I have seen them unite. And it warms my heart to see this bill being tabled today. It makes me very happy because I think finally we're at a point where we can put aside party differences and we can say the government has tabled a bill which is meaningful to not just women. It's meaningful to men too. Because when women are at the decision-making table, the lives of the whole country people are going to be impacted, and women empowerment cannot happen without the support of men. At this point of time, the man I want to thank is Prime Minister Modi ji. He's tabled the bill. I know the opposition says that they are in support of the bill, but after that, they do add a very big but. I was hoping that this...
Okay, I'm going to not get to the but today, Charu Pragya. With both Lavanya and Charu, they've agreed today on one point, and that is that it's a day to celebrate. They both can take credit, definitely. Nobody's stopping them. But Neerja Chowdhury, I want to come back and ask you the question which I did. It's been a long, arduous journey for the Women Reservation Bill. Do you actually see it being a reality, or do you still read a bit of red herring to it all, keeping in mind the timeline that is depicted, because we won't see the light of day of it till 2029?
Yes, I think I see more chance of it going through, though of course the government has linked it to the delimitation and census exercise, which makes it possible that it will happen only in 2029, not 2024. But I would say certainly we've come a long way in the last 27 years in terms of the growing consciousness of women, younger women, who dream dreams and want to scale new heights and break new ceilings. So that is a huge pressure for parties that would have otherwise opposed it. It will be that much more difficult for these parties, particularly the OBC leaders who opposed it in the past, to do that. Be difficult for Tejasvi Yadav to do what Lalu Yadav did, or for Akhilesh Yadav to Singh Yadav did. So I think, yes, there is a greater chance of this bill going through, and it's a historic day, because to keep women out in a country like India, a parliamentary democracy like India, and have only 14.6% representation, when even Pakistan has 20%, Bangladesh has 21%, and many countries have achieved parity. when women are making
Right.
their mark everywhere, it makes no sense. And that is because women have been systematically kept out of the political system on the grounds of winnability. I think that is going to change, and I would say the credit goes to everybody. But if Mr. Narendra Modi manages to get it passed, then Jo Jeeta wo Sikandar. He will
I agree with you. I agree with you, Ms. Chowdhury.
get
But,
the
when you say Jo
electoral
Jeeta wahi
benefit of
Sikandar, the
this.
credit will go to Narendra Modi, and it should, because he's managed to time it well if it does get passed. But I'll come back to you in one question, and I apologize to our other two participants in this debate. I would have liked to give them more time. We got Lalita Badwar and we'd got Margaret Halwa earlier. But Neerja Chowdhury, I want to just ask you one quick question before I let you go. And that question is, ma'am, you've covered Indian politics for so long. You've seen so many seasons of parliament. Who do you, if you have to recount the journey, with women, and I want to say it again, who fought the good fight, and it's taken them decades to reach where we are. Do you have any names with you, Ms. Chowdhury?
Who would I give the credit to? Is
Yes,
that what
over
you're
time,
asking?
ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes,
Sorry?
over time.
Yeah. As I said, this journey started with Rajiv Gandhi wanting to give 1/3 representation to women in the local bodies. That the bill could not be passed because there was huge reaction from the state governments. And Narasimha Rao managed to pass it in 1992 when the country's attention was elsewhere, actually. It was soon after the demolition of the Babri Masjid, when these bills, 74th Amendment, 75th Amendment got passed. Then Devagowda brings it, introduces it, and I remember standing at the entrance of Parliament and hearing senior leaders tell that workers, agar tum andar jaoge na, to agli baar tumhe ticket nahi milne wala. They wanted to prevent a quorum from being completed when the bill was introduced. So there was resistance from within all parties, no matter what the public stand they took. Sonia Gandhi pushed for it in 2010, passed in the Rajya Sabha, but resistance in the Lok Sabha from the OBC leaders that supported the UPA government. And now finally, Narendra Modi has taken the bull by the horn and has decided, and women are an important constituency of Narendra Modi, and women are increasingly emerging as a vote bank in the country.
Well, you're right
So
there,
they
ma'am.
cannot
Bang
be
on.
ignored.
The irony, I need to go into a quick break, but I have to say, you can read it as irony, but as Neerja Chowdhury pointed out, it began with Rajiv Gandhi, and in all probability, it will reach fruition under Narendra Modi. Interesting to look at it that way. And women always been the kingmaker when it comes down to Indian politics, never quite the king or the queen. This time around, things just might change. I thank all our three panelists for joining us. Appreciate it. Apologies if we didn't come out back to them. We've had a lot of guests, but we're going to keep the conversation going tomorrow as well.